enter the Tahari would have been suicidal. I had offered good prices for guides, but none had volunteered. They protested fear of the imminent war, the dangers of being on the desert at such a time. I suspected, however, that they had been told not to offer me their services. One fellow had agreed, but the next morning, without explanation, he had informed me that his mind was changed. It would be too dangerous in such times to venture into the desert. Sometimes I had seen Hamid, the lieutenant of Shakar, captain of the Aratai, following me about. He still suspected, I suppose, that I was a Kavar spy. But when Ibn Saran had arrived at the oasis, Suleiman had invited me to his presence. I wondered if he had been waiting for Ibn Saran. Ibn Saran, it seemed to me, exercised more influence at the oasis of Nine Wells than one might have expected a mere merchant of salt. I had seen men withdrawing from the path of his Kaila, standing aside, lifting their hands to him. Elena, in dancing, sensed the power of Ibn Saran. It is not difficult for a female dancer, lightly clad, displaying her beauty, to detect where among who watch her lies some power. I am not sure precisely how this is done, but doubtless to some extent it has to do with the richness of raiment. But even more, I suspect, it has to do with the way in which they hold their bodies, their assurance, their eyes, as they say, as though owning her, observe her. A woman finds herself looked upon very differently by a man who has power and one who does not. Instinctively, of course, to be looked upon by a man with power thrills a woman. They desire desperately to please him. This is particularly true of the slave girl, whose femaleness is most shamelessly and brazenly bared. Ibn Saran, languid, observed the dancer. His face betrayed no emotion. He sipped his hot black wine.